Hello. Welcome back again to another DIY video of sewing. And today we are talking about sewing horsehair braid, yes, into your hem of your dresses. So a lot of times you'll see these various different garments out whether it be for proms or weddings, and they have this very beautiful elegant flow where it's just like, how is it possible that her dress just stands out so amazing? What are they using? It is called horsehair braid. Let me just give you an up close visual. This is horsehair here. If you can see all of that, this is the end of how it starts, like this right here. You can find this at your local craft store that carries an abundance of sewing is needs that you would need for sewing. I get mine from Joann's as well as Amazon. There are other stores available outside of Joann's that you can find this at, but that's predominant. And they come in different inches. This is a 1 inch. They come in 2 inches. I think I've seen as much as like 6 inches wide of horsehair braid. It's plastic. As you can see, it's very plastic. It's very pliable as well. It has a lot of give and movement to it, but this is what makes the hemline of a lot of dresses stand out so amazing. I was going to try and find you guys a picture really fast of hem tape, not hem tape. This is not hem tape. Hem tape is something totally different. Horsehair braid, because you can call and be like, I'm looking for hem tape, and they'll say, yeah, we have it. You get it. You're like, this is not gonna do anything. Now I will say this: I one time had a very intricate garment for a prom dress one time, and I ended up having to use the iron on hem tape, and it actually made her dress dance because the glue, when it adhered to her sequence of her dress, it started to actually develop this wave on its own that I didn't know it was going to do, because I thought it was just going to be solid. But it ended up being really, really pretty, and the girl actually loved it when she came to try her dress on. So if you working with a certain type of dress fabric material, you may be able to get away with using the iron on hem tape because of the glue and all the little science mechanism that happens with the chemical reaction and the glue and the fabric and the hardening, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So that's just something to keep in mind about that. But let me find this horsehair hem line. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up a picture. Yeah, you can get them definitely on Amazon for like $14.99, $11.99. You can get it in white, you can get it in black. I have seen it come in multiple various colors. You just gotta search for it and find it. I'm sorry, maybe I should show y'all, but yeah, so like you can go online on Amazon and find it. They have some on Etsy too. But that's what you would be looking for. It's literally pronounced horsehair. There are trying to find specifically a dress with it in it. You can pin it in place. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. I'm not about to do that though, because when I'm at work, I have to get things done efficiently, and I don't have time to put that pin it and do it. I cannot find a decent picture that really exemplifies the horsehair underneath, because there's multiple ways you can do it. I'm going to do it a very simple way. But you know what I'm talking about. If you are clicked on here, you know what this is. Just Google horsehair braid and you will be able. Sometimes at the craft stores, at the fabric stores, they don't know what hem tape is. I have called to ask before, and they were just like baffled at what I was talking about. So just be mindful of that you have to know what you are looking for, because you don't always have like old school sewers and seamstresses anymore that are at stores. Sometimes they're just a craft kind of person. So what I'm going to do is I have my bag of horsehair. And I have pulled out a substantial amount of the from the bag because I don't. You let this out of the bag and it goes wild. It took me an hour to wind this stuff back up because it's that much in here, and it gets all tricky. So just try and keep it in, a system for yourself, or if it comes on like a barrel roll or whatever. Yeah, you want to be mindful of that because it's just work putting that sucker back together. Anyhow, I have a customer's dress that is very, very plain. And is the camera blurry or is it just, give me 1 second, y'all. I don't know if it's just blurry or if it is, I think it's just the light because the sun is beaming outside. It is such a beautiful, glorious day. Praise God. Thank you, Lord. Every day is, amazing, but it's just nice to know that today is like that. Anyways, okay, so this dress, it is going to be for a young lady going to a very special evening out, and it's very pretty. However, the top of her dress is very simple plain, and I do have to take it up, but I'm going to show that in a different video, taking it up from the inside because it does have boning on the side seams where she needs to take it up, and how to avoid all these beautiful, amazing hand sewn beads on here. We're gonna have to figure that out, but I will show you guys some tricks and techniques to do that. Anyways, when it comes to putting the hem tape on, find the center back of the garment you are working with, because if there is a seam at the center back, that is where I'm going to suggest that you start, or start in one of the side seams if it doesn't have a center back seam. So make sure you identify where that is. Once you have done that, you're going to lay the fabric, the dress inside, the wrong side facing up, so that you will be able to take your hem tape. I'm sorry, I keep saying hem tape, forgive me. Your horsehair braid, and you're going to go just a little bit over your center back seam line to start. So if you can see that here, and let me bring the camera in a little bit closer for you guys to see. I am bringing my hem tape just above where the natural hemline is. Now, there are various ways that you can apply this, because some people will tell you that you can start on the wrong side like this. Start on the wrong side of the garment. Start on the right side of the garment. I apologize. I'm so doing the most. You could stitch it here and then they'll say turn it up and stitch it again. I personally don't like to do it that way. That's just my preference. My preference is to sew it on the wrong side and turn it upward. That is the way I like to do it out of my personal preference, but you do what you like to do. Again, this is only an inch wide. So if you were to do it where it was like the 2 or more wide, I can see why they tend to sew it this way and then they flip it upward. They just take this side and they'll stitch the edge on, and then they'll turn it up so that you have it hidden. But it's up to you how you would like to do it. At the end of the day, you do what works for you. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of rethinking that maybe I do want to do it that way instead of tucking it entirely on the inside. I want to tuck it entirely on the inside. I don't want anybody to see the horsehair braid. So we are going to stitch it 2 times. We're going to stitch it 1 time in place. Actually, we don't have to. We can stitch it 1 time. We're going to stitch it 1 time for efficiency in alterations, because that is the key. That is the game. That's the goal. In alterations, you are trying to find the most best quality, efficient way to give the customer what is needed for what they're asking for. And prayerfully, What you are deciding is going to give them what they want. Now, there are going to be those moments where you make a decision and alterations, and the customer is just like, I totally disagree, but you made the best decision that you could make. And sometimes the best decision to make is to just tell the customer no. Trust me when I say there have been moments where I knew the moment they asked me that I should say no, but me trying to accommodate the customer, I said yes. And well. We will leave it at that because you already know. You already know. All right. So, everybody, we have our garment. We are at the center back of the dress on the wrong side, facing up. We are going to take this horsehair braid that you can find at whatever craft store, your local fabric craft store, should I say, to have it, more than likely. And you're going to start just past the actual seam of the center back, because it's going to overlap once you come from the other side and you've gone all the way around. We're going to sew it simultaneously one time. Now, something that I'm going to do just to tack this horsehair braid, I'm sorry you can't see it because it's so bright in here. This horsehair braid right here, we are actually going to tack it in place on the center seam, back seam, just so that we have it to have stability. I'm going to stitch it right quick. So my horsehair braid is going to go slightly over the seam of the center back, about a half an inch, not quite an inch, but you can do an inch if you prefer. We're going to stitch that, and we're going to take our seam. If you have some, well, not seam, but that's what you're going to do with that. The next thing we're going to do, now that we have that in place, clip our threads so we don't have to go back and clip them later. Make your life easy when you're sewing. Even if others don't quite grasp why you do what you do. Trust, you have to find the things that make alterations a piece of cake for you, because it is a task. I repeat, it is a task. So, with doing that, now that you have tacked your horsehair braid, as you can see right here in the center seam, it is there. It's not going to come loose. It's stuck in there right now. We're going to take this and we're going to take our time and we're going to fold this up like so. And as you can see, my seam is going to match the seam in the dress there. And we're going to go all the way around and just stitch it down one good time. Instead of doing it twice, we're going to do it one good time so that we can effectively get all the alterations you have in a day's time, in a week's time, in a month's time done the most effective, efficiently way possible, still giving the best quality available. Make sure you move all the other areas of the dress out of your way while you're sewing. This lining is attached with a string just here for placement tacking, but we are going to pay attention to all of those things. Again, we're folding this forward or inward, whichever works for you. Please hold for just a moment. Thank you so much. I do apologize for that. All right, so let's come on in and watch this hem tape be added to a very. Oh, I didn't show you the beginning of the dress before we do it. Okay, wait. Let me show you the dress. Here is the bottom of the dress with no hem tape in it. You like, I can't see nothing with that. Here's the dress. This is the bottom of the dress without any hem tape. It's kind of, you can see why the young lady said, please do something to the bottom of this dress. All right, and that's what we're getting ready to do. Like my shirt, a girl's night out with a God focus. We love the Lord because God is what helps you, gets you through the hard times, the good times, the amazing times, and the terrible times. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on to your own understanding. Believe God, pray, and call on the Lord when you have irate, disrespectful, unruly customers. Woo! Yes, because sometimes, baby, they be trying you. You just want to be like, I just want to do what I like to do to the best of my ability. Why you gotta try and dump down? Why you gotta do me like that? We will leave that alone. We'll leave it alone. Okay. Back to what we're really here for. The horsehair braid. Remember, we attached it already to the center seam. And we are folding it up because we are doing it in one easy swoop. Folding it over. And we are literally making a sleeve simultaneously for the horsehair braid. Now, I do need to change my color of bobbin thread because it's going to show on the opposite side when it's done. Give me just a hot second. I know you have to like, lady, why are you taking so long to do all of what you're doing? That's called busy. Make sure your line match up. My center back seam line matches up with the rest of the line. It's not crooked. Pay attention to those small little details. It's what will make people remember to come back to you and recommend others to you. So where I'm starting, just so that you can know, I'm starting right where the other seam is. Why is my cord not? Hey, come on. So I'm starting. Come on, get out of the way. I'm starting just right here where the seam line is. That'll be my guide as I'm sewing. This will be my guide, the seam of the hem that's already there, because we didn't make this from scratch. We are doing an alteration. Remember that this isn't made from scratch. This is an alteration. So the horsehair braid is an inch itself anyways. So our goal is to just make it just a teeny bit wider. It doesn't have to be much wider than what you're already starting with. Just take that into account when you are getting ready to sew your hemline of whatever garment comes to you. Now, we could just sew it on and not worry about it. However, for this young lady's garment, it's going to be visible if I leave the white tape there. So give me just one moment once more. Okay, my bad. So I had a customer there. That's the way it goes in the alteration world. You're gonna have people come in at all times when you don't want them to be showing up, and then they show up, and then you trying to do what you do. But it's okay, it's all good. So, as I stated before, and now we're gonna sew this. Be mindful we are sewing it in one moment and we are not repeating it. You just want to sew it a little bit beyond the other. I have another customer. I'll be right with you. Give me just a moment. Okay, y'all, we gonna do it one more again. We're gonna try again. That's all you can keep on doing with your life. Oh boy, this should be changed to the life of an of a seamstress. Yeah, the life of a seamstress. Okay, so I do see a slight little hiccup that's taking place, but you know how you gonna fix that? You're gonna clip it. Oh, you can't see me. Okay, so I have a minor hiccup taking place. So just to show you so you can see it, just in case it happens to you. All right, so you see right here, when I turn this over, I'm not, I'm getting a pucker now. If I try to line this up, we're not gonna try and line this seam up. We lined our center back seam on purpose. But for this seam here, there's multiple various ways you can do that. Let me show you the correct way. You're gonna take this seam out, this hem right here. You can just clip it or you can take it out. It's totally up to you how you want to rock it. The better way is what I'm doing. The better way is what I'm doing right now. So we're gonna take our seam out and we're gonna open this seam up so that we can overlap it. And give me one more moment real fast. Okay, so I retook it a loose. I took this hem area here, I took it a loose because it's causing an overlapping, a puckering situation here for me to put this in there. And we don't want to be bothered with that. We're just going to overlap the hem seam here. So as we get over here, we're going to pull one inside of the other. I'm going to have to bring you this way so you can see it when we do it. Okay, it's very bright, but hopefully you can fix your camera or your screen or whatever. I don't know. Okay, whew. That's the only thing, like having to start and stop in between. You're like, once you get in your mode and then you're going and then you have to stop. That's the only thing that can sometimes be slightly challenging for just, in the moment. When you're in your moment and you're in your groove, it just flows. However, we're going to put this hem tape in, the horsehair in, and we are going, because we're on the curve is the thing, but it's okay. We're going to figure it out. Alrighty. What I'm doing is I'm creating like so I don't know how to describe this. So I'm pulling the fabric this way, towards that way. That's overlapping where it originally was. And then the other fabric is going to come towards me at this on the other side of that hem. But we also have to keep in mind that it only needs to be an inch as the I don't know. I'm having a little bit of a challenge. Normally this works just fine for me. Why is this giving me such a flux? Why is it giving me a flux today? I don't know. Whoa, whoa. Okay. I just want it to work, to be honest, at this moment in time. I just have to smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out. So I got it. I'm going to do that. Little by little makes a cinch, right? Little by little. Little by little by little by little. Little by little, it's a cinch. A baby, ACTs. ACTs, ACTs, ACTs. Yeah. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. See that? We don't want that. It's puckering. We don't want that pucker to be there. We want to alleviate this. And I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know. Like my bracelet, my wristlet, or whatever, it actually says God. Oops. Okay, so this has been a long, drawn out video, and as you can see, like there's some fiasco taking place in the process of like putting this whole thing together because of the curve that is in the dress, and I am ever so slightly like not flabbergasted or anything, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to put it, y'all. I don't know how to put it. It's just like, oh my gosh, all the customers wanted to come simultaneously to get things done, and I'm in the middle of trying to do a video. But I didn't realize that I didn't have the volume on. The mic wasn't on when discussing the one piece about how it bubbled a little bit. So since it's bubbling again right here, I'll tell you what I did, and hopefully it will work for you too. When you get to something like that, it's just that when you get ready to stitch it, you have to stitch it down so that when you iron it, it does not show. You don't want this to show when you iron. Oh lordy, I'm gonna have to cut this video off because I'm not able to get it done. Jeez, oh P. Hello, how are you? Oh, okay. I deeply, deeply, deeply apologize that this video has taken forever and a day to be completed. Like I was saying, because of the curves on this dress, that is why it is causing a puckering when I am putting it up higher. Also because it's narrower above than the lower, which is in the hem. All of that, when you get really detailed or whatever, that's what's happening. But I overlap it to make it doable, which will require a little bit of patience and pinning, because as you can see right here, it is getting ready to do the same thing and pucker for me. So what I like to do is, I'm doing this for the sake of the video, just because I've done it before and I know how to make it work. So right about here is where the peckering really gets heavy, really gets heavy. Now remember, our horsehair braid is only an inch wide. Sorry. So although we know where we're going, we know what we're doing, and it does kind of dip. So all of those different things, make a difference. They come into play. So we're going to just adjust it. We're going to sew and adjust as we sew. I was pinning it, but I'm sorry. I'm trying to get done now. I am. I'm sorry. I apologize for not being able to give you the adequate. This isn't a tutoring video per se. It's just a demonstration. Yeah, it's a tutoring. It's not a tutoring. It's a demonstration. So this demonstration is going to be one where you're going to have to go back yourself and figure out what was being done. Sorry for the inconvenience. I guess that's what I should say. I should say that I'm doing demonstration videos and not a tutoring video, because if you wanted a tutoring video, it would be more of a class, right? But there's others on here that you can see how they do stuff. So yeah, right here is where we're going to have to begin to adjust. And I have my horsehair braid just sitting on the table over here in the bag at the same time, so that it easily comes out and isn't an issue for me. And yeah, so that little bit of a puckerage is going to happen right here. Now, what you can do is overlap it in a different way. I'm going to pin it just to hold it for where I'm trying to go. Just to hold it for where I'm trying to go. Round. Okay, so this little area right here, like I said, it's puckering on me. So as long as your other side is smooth, you're going to be able to pull off what I'm about to do. You're going to fold it, but you have to fold it so that it is a secure deal. Now this isn't at the fold line like the other one was, but it's okay because we're going to make it work for the customer that's coming to pick their garment up. No, they're not coming right now. But you just have to take your time and figure it out, literally. Okay. Alrighty. Oops. the world go round. Okay, and here, let's see, the little puckerage. You can't see it as well because my hands are covering it all up, but trust and believe that it's here. I can shift this so you can see more from this angle. That I am literally taking all of this area here, and even if I tried to pull the horsehair more into there, it still wouldn't do it. So we're just going to fold it up. See that? We're folding it up to get rid of what was. And of course, we're not going to leave that big bulkiness there. We're going to fold that under also. Okay, now we can begin sewing again. And it's going to work, trust me, when I say that idea does work. And when you go to press your seam down, it's going to look just fine. And you may have to repeat this on the other side. So remember that. And please take out your pins. You don't want people to get stuck with them while they're trying to have a great, amazing time and they keep getting pinched, poked by pins that one left in it. We don't want that. So I think I should take this out because I'm not liking this. And I don't, yeah, I am. We're going to end it short because this isn't working. And sometimes you do great, and sometimes you just have to reevaluate and pivot. And that's what I'm doing. Deuces. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for watching.